in court and needed time to prepare it. The notice was not actually filed until Saturday, so they failed to comply with the court's requirements. So at this point, the state's position is no notice of hearing was properly filed and there's nothing to be heard today.
Okay, so you won't be doing anything today?
This also in light of the fact that Ms. Butler is unavailable.
Okay. Ms. Avery, what do you want me to do?
The funny thing is, the great thing about those cameras in this room is everything is recorded. I did say Friday at 9, and then I actually stepped back because I knew I was setting myself up for failure. And I said, well, I do it Saturday. Taylor didn't respond to Ms. Collins. Oh, as long as we get it before the beginning of the next business day, which is Monday. So they've had it. Most of these motions, Judge, were filed for over a year. I will bring the court's attention because last night in preparation of this, I know the last time we were before, they objected then about hearing motions because they were filed under the tampering case. Yet they've filed several different motions saying it doesn't matter what case number are on the motions because the discovery is interchangeable. I'm quoting exactly the language from their own motion. So it's good for them when it's convenient, and now it's not convenient, so there's another excuse. It's been a year. Everything was properly noticed. I will also add, there's no written order setting a filing deadline or allowing them to file a response within a certain time frame. That was oral. So as we all know, oral orders don't count for anything. They need to be written. There was no written order. I did ask to extend it. We are ready to go forward. There are 2 state attorneys sitting over there. Understandable. One of them is missing. Mr. Griffiths, is there something funny?
The lead attorney is missing.
Ms. Liberty, you can direct your comments to me.
Okay.
All right? Y'all
So
have
we're
5
ready.
years to talk to each other about things.
We're ready
You
to
just
go
talk
for
to
it,
me.
Judge.
Okay.
The first motion was pushed to another hearing for more time. The second one had to deal with Melly's witness tampering charge. So back in the fall of 2023, after Melly's first trial ended in a mistrial, Broward County Detective Danny Polo, who also testified in his first trial, was investigating a blood member held at the jail. But what does that have to do with Melly? Well, Detective Polo was monitoring that reported blood member James Howard's recorded phone calls and heard him talking about passing messages to Melly. Then Detective Polo...
Look, YNW Melly has spent 2,250 some odd days in prison, in jail, with no bond. Despite these people not being able to actually make nothing stick just yet, they ain't letting them out. Look, y'all drop it in the comments. The only thing I can say is sack chaser and juvie. Yeah, that's the only thing I can say, fam, is sack chaser and juvie. Why? That was some real victims, bro. Real people was lost. Yeah, this ain't just no rap song either. Real people was lost, and YNW Melly terribly wrong. Now he crying and crying and crying to get out of jail. But when he was free, he was singing about murder. That's what gets me, fam. They act like they don't know what a road leads to. Why you doing the bullshit? What do you expect? I know you don't expect just to be popular and just for people to think you're cool because you shoot them up, bang, bang. Come on, my nigga. What did you think it was going to lead you? Now, this ain't YNW first time crying to get out. This is second time, bro. Second or third. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments for all the fans that know that man's music. But you can't keep crying wolf and expect somebody to want to help you, to want to save you. Now, this man been in prison 2,200 some days, but why, if that's the case, and they caught him a couple years after sack chase and juvie, so if that's the case, them boys been dead and gone for 3,000 some days, you know what I mean, nigga? You might be in that bitch for 20,000. It really don't matter why, because you chose a side. You chose a side and you chose to take a life. Look, I don't think Melly is innocent by any means. I know a lot of people gonna say, why am I playing the police? I ain't playing no motherfucking cop. But the picture that was portrayed to me, I took it to heed. You know what I mean? Yeah, I took that bitch to heart. I know what happened, bro. And whether or not it's true or not, bro, you got to come out and say something if you want them people to let you out that claim, bro. But just to think that it's just gonna disappear into thin air, that's not gonna happen, bro. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Now, one thing I did say was, he needed to cut them motherfucking dreads off. Yeah, he needed to cut the dreads off just to make him look more human and less like demons. You know what I mean? I know that last name supposed to be demons or something like that, but the dreads, the fro, make him look less like demons. You know what I mean? So he got a better chance, but it's still not looking too good, bro. Yeah, it's still not looking too good. Why? Because real people were lost here. Look, y'all drop it in the comments. Shout out everybody attached to this situation, and I mean toward on the victim side. As far as YNW Miller side, y'all should have raised that boy right. Yeah, it wasn't no reason he should have been screaming about murder on his mind like that. You know what I mean? And for a nigga to feel it like he hadn't actually done it. Y'all drop it in the comments, but that's to his mama and his daddy, if he got one. Scarce on the playground, like, share, subscribe, nigga, peace. If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business. Big